Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the You-Need hardware, their part number EP400. And this is shown in the 622 or 019, which also all means black finish, a matte black sort of finish. Edge pull is what it is. This is an edge pull that you're going to use in a typical sliding door. You'll get your finger down underneath into the recessed area. It'll pull that spring-loaded edge out, be able to manipulate the door that way. Okay. This is available in 605 for polished brass, 609 for antique brass, 613 for oil rub bronze, 618 for polished nickel, 615 for satin nickel, 620 for antique nickel, 622 black, 625 polished chrome, 626 satin chrome. So I've lost count, but that's probably about 9 finishes that are there. Let's go over the dimensional properties of this item. They have it at 4-inch tall. You-Need hardware does. Indeed, that's the case. By 3/4 inch wide. Okay. And overall depth of the item is about 1 5/8 inches. Okay. Intended for use on standard pocket doors, solid brass construction. Mounting screws are included, and here they are. Now, machining for this. There is, not at this time, but there will be, probably by the time you see this video, a link below this video to a technical drawing. But installing this or mortising for this is really not that big of a deal. But given the fact that you don't have the data in front of you, you kind of have to make your own or determine your own sort of machining for this. Now, obviously, it's going to be 4 by 3/4, and I like to use a caliper when I measure these so that I can get an accurate sort of determination as to the thickness of what this item is. Now, one thing that I appreciate about this piece of hardware, and many from You-Need, is that the edge of the faceplate is really not 90 degree to the top. It's really beveled in ever so slightly, and the point of that is it allows you to get a little bit tighter finish when you have installed this into the edge of the door, making a very tight hairline margin around the perimeter of it. To me, it's a hallmark of fine brass hardware, and this shares that characteristic. Now, if I was going to prep for this, I would do 2 preparations realistically. I would probably look to do a body preparation that would be from the underside of the screw down to the underside of the dimple, but above the bottom screw. And I would, whatever that depth would be, that length would be, I would mortise for that. And I would mortise it to the width of the faceplate, but really only the brass portion. I would kick that margin in that ever so small amount of distance between the two. It looks like it's probably, less than 1/16 of an inch, or maybe a total of 3/32, so that when I mortised it, my plate was not going to fit into that area. So I would do a prep that would be that long, I would do it that wide all the way down, and then I would do it the depth from the underside of the plate all the way down here. Well, actually, I would do it the overall depth, including the faceplate, so whatever that was, 1 5/8 inches. Then when I had the body prep, I would then reset my template, and I would do just the face, so that I had a very thin, whatever that margin is, and 100,000ths of an inch, let's say, maybe less, just the thickness of the plate, the width, and then the length, so that I got a very nice 2-step sort of templating routing procedure for the body, and then for the plate, the faceplate of the unit itself. Okay, let me get the template, or pardon me, the caliper, and at least tell you what the thickness of the item was. And frankly, when I have hardware to machine for, I usually just 0.097 inch, 0.097. I would simply use my caliper to determine the depths, the size, the width, everything when it comes to the router preparation, rather than a tape measure. It just simply allows you a greater degree of accuracy is the bottom line. Okay. Now, finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the You-Need hardware products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. The hallmark of You-Need hardware is the fact that they have very high quality, very nice fit and finish, solid brass door hardware. And I think when you review their catalog, you'll familiarize yourself with exactly what they offer. A lot of items that have become somewhat, several items I should say, that have become somewhat difficult to source, 48-inch long surface bolts. You don't probably run into those often, but if you make a living installing hardware, you probably will sooner or later. You Need Hardware supplies those. If you have any questions on the You Need Hardware EP400 in a 622 matte black finish, or any other piece of You Need Hardware or item, please feel free to reach out to us.